Hi, my name is Olivia, and this is Witchcraft 101. Cleansing is by far one of the most important and the most basic aspects of witchcraft, or really any spiritual practice. You don't even really have to be spiritual or witchy at all in order to practice cleansing. I think cleansing is something that everybody should be doing. Cleansing is used when there's any kind of stagnant or unwanted energy lingering around in a space or on you, on another person, or on an object. Think of a river with a bunch of blockage in the middle, and then cleansing takes all the blockage out and allows the river to flow freely again. Energy itself is all about change and movement, so when it becomes stagnant or built up, that's kind of when we'll start seeing problems. Aside from cleansing spaces, cleansing ourselves is just basic, good spiritual hygiene. Like objects or spaces, ourselves, our bodies can also hold on to energy and continue to build up energy. Even just going about your day, you'll encounter people, encounter situations, and even create energy that you probably don't want so much yourself. So cleansing is just a good way to kind of clear that. There's plenty of different ways to cleanse. Everybody will choose which one they prefer, which one they like the most. And some of them might work well or better for different situations or different things. This will all come with trial and error, but you'll eventually figure out what types of cleansing that you prefer and also what seems to be more effective for whatever you're cleansing or whoever you're cleansing. Unfortunately, almost all of us have the first introduction to smoke cleansing with only something like white sage or Palo Santo. First of all, smoke cleansing is not limited to just those two and really shouldn't be. Second, unless you're part of that specific culture and that specific practice, you probably shouldn't be using white sage or Palo Santo in the first place. And the last thing I'll say about these is the ethics of harvesting when it comes to white sage and Palo Santo, it's kind of shady. So if you're really set on using something like sage or Palo Santo, for sage, there's something like over 900 species of sage. I'm sure you can find one that isn't white sage. You can even use garden sage and grow it yourself. Add more intention into something that you craft and create and dry and then burn yourself. Or if you're really wanting Palo Santo, try white pine. Anyway, smoke cleansing is really good for filling a room. So if you are able to and you like to use smoke, then smoke cleansing is great in order to fill a room or to just quickly run over a body or an object. Just make sure you're able to ventilate well. You have a window open, especially if you have breathing problems or if you have pets. Their lungs aren't as hardy as ours. Sound is another great way for cleansing, especially if you want to fill a whole entire room. And the great thing about sound is that you can literally just choose a playlist or any kind of music that fits the type of vibe that you want to fill the room with. Not just music though, you can also sing, shout, clap, ring a lot of bells, or if you know any older superstitious type of folk, then you'll probably know about the pots and pans where they'll just bang it around. Hanging bells or wind chimes up is also a really great way of passively cleansing. Meditation and visualization. Now, I know a lot of people can't really visually visualize. Visualization isn't just about seeing the things, it can also be about imagining hearing things, imagining feeling things. It doesn't have to be something that you just see in your mind. These specifically are really great for just kind of run and gun cleansing, especially if you just have an item that you want to cleanse or you want to cleanse yourself after a really weird interaction or anything like that. Taking even just a minute or two to be able to kind of center yourself and do a body scan and just kind of try to pick out all of the little pieces. I do have a quick cleansing meditation and I'll link that up here. Physically cleaning. Now, this is kind of where I think everybody can agree on, whether you're spiritual or superstitious or witchy or not, but physically cleaning a space really changes it. This also does just change our brain chemistry of how we feel in a space. I'm not talking a full deep clean, it doesn't have to be like that, but simply just tidying things up, something as simple as fresh sheets, doing the laundry, getting all of the dishes done, or just tidying an area up so that there's not clutter everywhere can actually allow the energy to flow a lot better. If you want to go a little deeper into that, you can look at practices like feng shui. However, for me, I do a deep clean once a month regarding the moon cycle, and I kind of match this up with my practice when I can. So as I'm deep cleaning, I will also be deep cleansing. In order to do this, I just clean as usual, but I do add a little bit of extra intention and magic into the items and the intention of how I'm cleaning. My personal favorite recipe is super easy. It's half vinegar, half distilled water, some thyme. You can either use fresh or dried, and I'll explain in a second, and some lemon. If you have fresh thyme, you can put all of the ingredients into a bottle and just let it sit for like 2 weeks, and then strain it all out into a spray bottle. and there you go. If you don't have fresh thyme like me, then you can take dried thyme and boil it and basically make it into a tea. And then once that's all cooled off, strain that and put it all into a spray bottle. Of course, as you're doing this, you need to be enchanting it, putting that cleansing energy, asking the allies of lemon and thyme to help you cleanse. And if you want to add a little bit of an extra witchy punch, you can use something like moon water or any kind of enchanted water that you have on hand. Now, how often should you cleanse and how deep should you be cleansing? This really just depends on the person. I say spiritual hygiene, a really nice light cleanse every day is really nice. You can do this in the shower. So while you're showering, using that visualization, as you physically clean yourself, you can be cleansing as well. My general rule is that the more magic that you do and the heavier magic that you do, the more cleansing you need to do and the heavier cleansing you need to do. However, if you're not doing a ton of spells all the time, if you're not doing a ton of heavy magic as well all the time, then you probably won't need to be doing heavy lifting when it comes to cleansing. Maybe a spiritual bath every month whenever you remember. There you have it. Cleansing 101. Super basic, super easy stuff that anybody can get started with at any time that they like. I do have a Patreon online if you would like to support me and if you would like to join this online coven and meet other people and create this little community. I do a lot of extras there, but I also do have free memberships if you just kind of want to join the community and keep tabs and not really have to get all of the extra bonus stuff. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. And as always, be kind to each other and may your gods treat you as you've treated others. Bye.